Hi, I'm Dyan Burlingame, scenic designer for Witch at Road Less Traveled, and welcome to Sir Arthur's Castle. This is part of our stage set for Witch. This play is described as taking place in the time of then-ish, but also very much of the moment. And we have landed the inspiration for Sir Arthur's Castle and for the cottage roughly in medieval England. So that's where a lot of my image inspiration has come from for this. We've got some stonework, we've got some medieval inspired furniture, we've got tapestries, we've got candles, we've got candelabras. There's a lot of medieval inspiration coming into this. All of the furniture was custom built by our technical director, Lou Ione, just for the show. A lot of the decor in both spaces, in Sir Arthur's Castle and in the cottage, are found items to give the medieval-esque feel. And there's some elements that you're not seeing as part of this that you'll see during the show. The set dressing that comes onto this banquet table and some of the ancillary tables to the buffet over there. There's banquet platters. There's flagons of mead that JC, our props designer, will add in as another layer to all of this. For this production, I am also the scenic artist, so any of the surfaces here I've painted with my team. So we've got a lot of faux stone, faux wood to give us a real castle feel. Welcome to Elizabeth's cottage. Elizabeth is our potential witch character. This is her home. It's a very cozy location. The contrast between Sir Arthur's Castle and Elizabeth's cottage was something that I wanted to emphasize in the color palette of both spaces. So Sir Arthur's castle is more in the cool grays. There's a starkness to that world, whereas Elizabeth's cottage is meant to feel very cozy and warm. There's candles, there's fire. The space is solely hers. She lives here alone, and we wanted it to feel very much her space. In our version of this, Elizabeth is an herbalist, which follows along a lot of the history and dramaturgy of the potential and often mistaken identity of witches in the time. So we've done a lot with set dressing in this space to have drying herbs, the candles, mortar and pestle, the small jars that are included throughout where she might be storing some of this. It's where she lives, it's where she cooks, it's where she exists. And so I wanted the space to reflect that lived-in comfortability that she has here. This is outside of Elizabeth's cottage. One of the concepts that I had was that her cottage was built into a mountainside. I looked at a lot of Viking cottages and huts and Druid cottages and huts, remnants and ruins of those spaces and recreations of what they might have looked like. And so that helped me bring in the organic parts of Elizabeth's world into the environment of the stage as well. So we've got a stone pathway that goes up to her cottage. There is this abandoned well outside of where she lives. There's some dialogue and conflict around the village well, and we wanted to have an echo of that as to why she would potentially interact with the villagers and not just stay in her own little world. So this gave us another location to have in her exterior.